Welcome to yet another episode of Trending Now. I'm your host Bhaarat, and without further ado, let's talk about the biggest news of today. Of course, we had Marvel announcing in a really unique fashion the cast of Avengers Doomsday. We have some known faces coming back. Of course, we have the Russo brothers who are going to be directing this very movie. They of course directed Avengers Endgame, and then they directed The Grey Man. On Netflix, they've produced some really interesting projects, but they're back on the director chairs for this very movie, and also Avengers Secret Wars. But just like I said, Marvel in a very unique way announced the cast of this very movie. It's a long cast, and that's not something that's new to Avengers movies. We have basically all of the MCU coming, but some people who are not there. But let's talk about the people who are a part of Avengers Doomsday. Okay, so we have Chris Hemsworth returning as the mighty Thor. We have Anthony Mackie, who was recently seen in Captain America, A Brave New World, and he's coming back as Sam Wilson. And Captain America, we have Paul Rudd, who's going to be back as Scott Lang. And Ant-Man, we have Letitia Wright, who's going to be back as Shuri. And Black Panther, we have Tom Hiddleston, who's going to be back as Loki. Florence Pugh is going to be back as Yelena Belova. Robert Downey Jr., who's going to be back as the big bad Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom. Okay, let's do that for Robert Downey Jr. And well, let's talk about the new cast members. Okay, so we have Pedro Pascal, who's not only dancing in the ads for Apple AirPods, but he's back as Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. And the way he danced in that Apple commercial shows his flexibility to play Mr. Fantastic, according to me. We have Vanessa Kirby, who's back as Sue Storm, Invisible Woman. Both of them are going to be seen in Fantastic Four: The First Steps, the first iteration of Fantastic Four in the MCU. Apart from that, we have Eben Moss-Backrack, who's back as Ben Grimm, The Thing, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, Human Torch. We have Sir Ian McKellen and Sir Patrick Stewart coming back as Magneto and Professor X. Of course, we've seen Sir Patrick Stewart appearing in a couple of Marvel movies, but I'm so excited about this. Let's talk about the other cast members as well. Well, we have Alan coming as Kurt Wagner, aka Nightcrawler. We have James Marsden as Scott Summers, Cyclops. Well, here's an interesting one. We have Channing Tatum coming back as Gambit. We of course saw him in Deadpool and Wolverine. Well, he's done a wonderful iteration of this very character, so it'll be interesting to see him coming back as Gambit. And let's talk about the other cast members. Well, we have Simu Liu coming back as Shang-Chi. So all in all, a really interesting cast. Well, a lot of people are saying, hey, we don't have Charlie Cox coming back as Matt Murdock and Daredevil. We don't have Tom Holland coming back as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. We don't have Benedict Cumberbatch coming back as Doctor Strange. But I think they're going to be back. We of course had Elizabeth Olsen coming and saying that she's not going to be back as Scarlet Witch, but we all know that she's going to be back. So all in all, a really interesting cast. We'd love to know what you think about the same. You can let us know in the comment section which cast member are you excited for the most, and all in all, how excited are you for Avengers Doomsday? Okay, so the second story of the day is about something that has become a trend of sorts. Everyone is now generating their own images on ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not only a text generating platform, but it is also a picture generating platform now. Well, you can do the same on ChatGPT Premium, and a lot of people have been trying to make their own Studio Ghibli style images. Well, the co-founder of Studio Ghibli has expressed his disappointment in the past and said that it's taken him a lot of effort and a lot of years to come to this point, and all the good reputation that Studio Ghibli has earned is based on a lot of hard work, and well, a lot of people can do it very easily by the means of ChatGPT Premium. Well, would love to know what you think about the same. You can comment down and let us know what you think about the new Studio Ghibli trend. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Trending Now. Like this video so that the algorithm pushes it further. Comment down which cast member are you excited to see the most in Avengers Doomsday. Share this video with family and friends, and subscribe to Radio 1 International, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
94.3 Radio 1.